Hey, it's that fat guy again, Curious. Yeah, that's right. But I've been thinking about something, and I really want to condense it into something really short, so I'm going to try. And this time I am going to stumble all over my words because I just want to get it out there. And I hope it make it clear to people because I really don't want to be jumped on for shit I didn't really mean. But the course of the matter is, I'm a shit. The thing is that someone said, well, even as an atheist, men's rights, or I don't know if he said men's rights, but he said he believes that the anti-statist view is that there should be friggin' family units, or a household is better with a man and a woman. And statistically, I don't know, maybe that's right, maybe it's wrong, I don't know. But it got me thinking about models of individuality and how some people can view a statist thing as like the state rewards women for being single mothers because of the support and benefit that they get. And now with that, I'm all on board. But now, on the other hand, I was listening to that and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Just because I'm against a statist thing that happens because of advocacy doesn't exactly mean I'm for a standardized view of a nuclear family either. I've been told maybe I'm a left libertarian, and I just, I'm sure not a Noam Chomsky friggin' communist or socialist. I hope to God I'm not. But, well, not God, but, I'm an atheist. But I really wonder, because I do have an economic egalitarian view, and the reason that plays into what I'm talking about just now is that in certain ways, when we're talking about couples, we're talking about money, and when we're also talking about individuality or the state's positive liberties, or positive rights, excuse me. And positive rights are the state coming in and helping out people so a social injustice doesn't happen. As is opposed to negative rights, which is true liberty, that a state guarantee that it will not intercede, or will not impose upon your rights. Two very different things. But now, I've made it clear before that I do not like social statism. What I've been calling cultural Marxism. I've still got to look that up and read on that. But basically, the thing is that I was wondering how that would work. Well, because it seems like in our system, you have to have advocacy for one thing to offset another. And that made me realize something. In my view of economic egalitarianism, coupled with social deregulation or small government conservatism, my theory was that this would create a resource-rich society. Now, resources can be many things. They could be things commonly thought of in typical resources, such as energy, money, materials, and also land. But it can also be information. So you see, and actual currency, cash. So basically, I think that the solution to the balance between positive rights and negative rights is not to have a agency for every individual need, a status quo of equality. Well, anything to do with race, gender, or sexuality, which orientation is a part of. So, in other words, what I'm getting back to on single parenting is that with a resource-rich, near-scarcity culture, you wouldn't have laws that say that the woman gets this or gets that. What you would have is an expanded court system, kind of like arbitration. If you could imagine it, part of this would be like a town hall meeting that actually mattered, and part of this would be like small claims court, but it would have the resources to have, well, and people would have a lot more jobs because there would be a lot more legal work. Now, why do I want an expanded legal system? Not for an authoritarian reason, but because I want individual representative democracy. If you see the difference, these wouldn't be courts of what is that thing called? Pending. Precedent. I'm sorry, precedent. It wouldn't be a court of precedent. It would be a court of arbitration and representation. So you see, that way there would be individual rulings on every situation. Instead of like child support being mandated no matter what the condition of the man, what the life of the woman is, or the relatives, it would be individualized, so every case is pretty much going to be similar but unique. Individualist justice, which of course may sound impractical, but it is supposed to be impractical because it's a resource-rich aspect of culture. It adds representation to society, and that boosts social capital. With the boost in social capital, the polarization of our culture diminishes completely without undue representation. I mean, no one gets put out. Sure, some people will lose individually, but all in all, there will be more aspects of social, not cohesion, but social harmony, for lack of a better word. And not just the harmony of submission or some kind of grand status scheme, but where all parties come to an agreeable settlement. And honestly, most people will just be like, oh, well, do I want to go through all that, or are we just going to work it out? And people will work out their own issues without the state taking a lot of everyone's money, either by enabling women or disenfranchising men. Now, if the guy's a real lout and friggin' the wife needs to get away, she won't have to go to some shelter, some battered woman's thing that might or might not have funding. The representation will be in the system. She will be able to find work. She probably won't even need that man. He might need to not pay to get his thing together. And no, it can't all be freaking sunshine and... God, I feel like I'm spouting a freaking communist manifesto, but it's not. If people say democracy is a form of socialism, then I think representative democracy would be the closest thing you could have to communitarian value that would preserve the cultural... What the hell was it? Oh well. It would be better, you know? And I just forgot what the hell I was going to say on this one thing, and it drives me nuts I can't remember it. Because social capital. Yes. Yes. We need to preserve social capital. And that would do it. And to enrich our society. And that's what isn't happening. So no, I don't think the nuclear family, the one man, one woman household necessarily would be the best. But I don't believe in the disenfranchisement of men either. I think whatever is best is best. And that should be adhered to as close to possible in a representative way by our government. Okay? There we go. Because broad laws only serve to paint a broad picture and pass over the person involved. We are all points of light, not broad colors on a canvas. Yeah. Here's out.